long time no see. Welcome back to Rainbow Fish. Today I'm going to be building the Casita from Encanto. You can see I'm dressed as Mirabelle today. I basically watched Encanto once and was obsessed. I think I've seen it 7 times now in like 2 weeks. I love it, love the music, and the house is beautiful. I'm going to put in a picture here of what I'm trying to kind of emulate. Obviously, as with any Animal Crossing build, there's a little bit of suspension of disbelief required. The thumbnail is edited like with the flowers and everything, so just to kind of get that out of the way. But let's go ahead and get started. So I've already terraformed the space I'm going to be using, and I'm probably not going to keep this build on my island. I was so inspired by it that I really wanted to bring it to Animal Crossing, and I thought it'd be a great video to come back on. I did end up taking more time than I planned on away from the channel because I actually got stranded at my mom's house because my brother, who I live with, got sick, had to quarantine and all that, so I was staying with my mom for like an extra week basically than originally planned. But this piece of land is, the second tier here is 5 by 17 now, but I actually end up making it 5 by 16. And then the top tier is 3 by 10. I have some cutouts in mind just because I'm a little tight on space here right up by the river. But I'm going to put a picture in here that you can screenshot if you're interested in recreating this or anything, that will have the dimensions and all the items and where I put them, kind of like a bird's eye view of it, just in case you're interested in recreating it. I'll put that in here, and that will also be on my Instagram the same day that this video goes up. If you do recreate it, I'd love for you to tag me on Twitter or Instagram so I can see. I would love to check it out. Okay, that was a lot of chit chat. So I just started with the pink medieval side, and I actually have it backwards. This part is supposed to be like Isabella's tower, and so there's a pink medieval side on the second tier and the third tier up here, and I just turned the one on the top like backwards just to kind of make it a little different from the second level of it. So the pink part is Isabella's tower, and then the castle tower there is kind of like this tallest tower on the house, which is probably, now that I'm thinking about it, it's like probably Bruno's tower. Then there's like a little chimney or something, so I just did a decorative pillar for that. And the way I designed this, it's just basically the illusion works from the front, but you could definitely add like more medieval sides and everything and sort of make the section of land bigger to make it like a functional building that kind of goes all the way around and looks good from the sides too. So this part you could also do with fencing, and I did try it like that. I just wasn't totally sold on any of the fencing options, so I opted for the wood partitions instead to kind of look like the balconies of the 2 little sort of patios that are on the second floor. And on this side, like I said earlier, this second tier was originally 17 spaces across, but I actually ended up moving it all in just a little bit and then demolishing that last row over there on the left side. So just keep that in mind at the beginning here. So then this is a continuation of Isabella's tower, so the pink siding over here. And then there's like an archway or a doorway onto probably a little balcony. So I used a castle gate here. I wish that there was a color variation that kind of fit with the medieval building sides a little bit better, but that's all right. We're just gonna work with what we've got. You could go with the ivory bricks if you prefer. Even the pink bricks still look nice, but I tried a couple different ones and I thought this looked the most like that kind of siding. You could put a simple panel or something behind that castle gate to kind of fill in that empty space. I didn't bother doing that, but you definitely could. There's a couple spaces where you could probably use a little bit of simple panels, but I was trying to avoid the simple panels and custom designs and kind of just do it with items, and most of them are 2.0 items, so I thought it was a good use of some of these. And I don't really have any custom design spots anymore, so if this were a permanent part of my island, I wouldn't be able to do it anyway. So we have the beautiful pergola here that's customized to the pink wisteria looking flowers. Love this item. And I just decided to shift everything in a little bit on this second level, just so everything wasn't lined up exactly. and then just moving the wood partitions over because I ended up deciding not to use this final space over here on the left. So just putting the second pergola down for the second kind of balcony patio over there. And I think it's already looking pretty good. I really love, my favorite part of it is definitely the pergolas with the wood partitions. I think that those little patios look really cute. So on the bottom, it's mostly medieval building sides across with the castle gate for the door. So I used a castle gate for the door, but I put a blue medieval building side behind it. So it kind of fills it in, and hopefully the idea is that it either looks like a door or it looks like the inside of the house. Either way, it's just, I didn't want it to look like cliff right there. Next are the plant partitions, which I have customized in, I think it's just called terracotta is the color. And I thought those fit in really well. So that's pretty much the building done, and the rest is kind of decoration out front. So I'm gonna add 2 evergreen ashes on either side of the door. In the movie, of course, there's way more like flowers and foliage than I can really fit in here. I wish there was a way to kind of make it look as full and green and lush as it does in the movie, but like I said at the beginning, a little bit of suspension of disbelief is required here. I added a little covered wagon since Louisa's sort of carrying a wagon filled with barrels in that picture. And then I did just destroy this very edge of the cliff here that I didn't end up using. And the cliffs that you can see, I did hang vines on them because I just like the way that that looks so much better than the bare cliff. Really, this build would look best kind of in summer, and I thought about time traveling back to when it's green or forward to when it's green, but I didn't really want to commit to that much time traveling. So it's in snow, but just imagine it with lush green grass and bright green palm trees and vines and bushes and savanna not in the way. So that is the kind of meat and potatoes of the build, I would say. Everything else from here on out are like little details that I don't really think you have to do, but I do think just kind of fills it out a little bit. In the picture there is a little bench, so I added one here in the front on the right side, and then I did add in some flowers just to kind of fill it in and make it a little bit more flowery over on Isabella's side. So if you've seen the movie Encanto, which if you haven't, go watch it. But if you've seen it, what is your favorite song? I don't know if I can pick one because I love Surface Pressure. I love What Can I Do? Of course, love We Don't Talk About Bruno. I think those are my top 3 for sure. But What Else Can I Do is the one that I seem to like find myself singing the most, like getting stuck in my head the most. But let me know in the comments if you've seen it, if you liked it, what your favorite song is. There are definitely custom designs that are much more convincing than this that look like steps. I just happen to have this one from my land bridge in the back of my island, so I just added a couple rows of this so that it kind of looks like steps, but really only if you're looking at it from this angle, which isn't the angle that the house looks the best at, so you can really not see it that well. But you know, if it was going to be a permanent fixture on your island and you wanted people to kind of walk around and interact with the house, then the custom designs for steps might be a better idea. So come out to get our final look here. I wish there was like an in-between camera angle between this one and the normal one, just so that you could kind of see the height of it a little bit better. But I still love the way that it turned out. Like I said, love the movie. Was so glad to have a little bit of inspiration for my first build in the new year. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe, like, share. If you'd like to keep up with me elsewhere on the internet, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Pocket of Fish. And don't forget to tag me if you do an Encanto inspired build too. I'd love to see them. And until next time, I'll see you later.